Okay, so I know he's really controversial, but personally, I've always really liked Joe Rogan. I don't agree with everything he thinks or everything he stands for, but I do find his conversations very intriguing and very informational. And I think he is pretty good about talking with basically anybody. He'll talk with anyone, no matter your stance on things, your viewpoints. He basically wants to learn and talk to practically anyone in the whole world. That's what it appears from the outside. I also find him quite candid and he speaks his mind pretty much anytime he's talking with someone, which I really appreciate. And despite him being a Trump supporter this whole time, he even attended his inauguration, there are cracks beginning to show. And this just makes it very clear to me that my view on him or my thoughts about like the kind of person that he is could be very accurate because it shows that he is not somebody who is willing to just follow blindly Trump and all of his party off the cliff, that he has critical thinking and he might agree with you to some point, but like then he has a line. And once you cross that, he's like, that doesn't feel right. And that's what I keep bringing up, right? That it's weird as fuck. That's why people think MAG is in a cult, because it is weird as hell to just follow someone off of a cliff, even if you everyone else in the whole world can see it's like the wrong direction and like it's really wrong. Like something inside you should be like, even if you've been following this person, should be like, oh, this doesn't feel good, and I'm going to speak up. And Joe Rogan has actually done that, so I commend him on that and I applaud him. And yeah, fucking keep doing it. So I'm going to read you some things that he said. So Joe Rogan splits from Trump on horrific deportations. And this is something that I've spoken about. This is something that a lot of people are speaking about, especially today when a Supreme Court ruling of 5-4 has officially decided that Trump can use the Enemies Alien Act, which was like from war times, and they have put a pause on that return of the person that was sent to the El Salvadorian prison that they conceded was wrong. They conceded. Trump's own party said, oh yeah, he's not actually a gang member, we just sent him anyway. And they're still pausing his return, which is just beyond to me. But that apparently was Joe Rogan's line. That, and he also talks about like us fucking our relationship with Canada. I think he's just starting to see, like even though I do support things that this party suggest and like wanted to achieve, like you guys are going about it in a weird fucking way, and I don't support that. And I really, really appreciate that. One of the largest podcasters in the world who endorsed him during 2024 during his campaign took to his platform to call the Trump administration's recent deportations horrific. And they are horrific. Joe Rogan has previously praised Trump for his stern stance on migrants and deportation, with a focus on immigrants with a criminal record. However, Rogan changed his tune following the Trump administration's March deportation of over 200 Venezuelan migrants. Joe went on to say this: the thing is, like, you got to be scared that people who are not criminals, and I'm going to repeat that, they are not criminals, and this is stated from Trump's own party, that they have deported multiple people who are actually not criminals, like everyone's all hung up on, who are not criminals, are getting like lassoed up and deported to like an El Salvadorian prison. It's horrific. It's horrific. It's horrific. In case any of you are still confused on that, it is actually horrific. And if it was you or one of your friends or one of your family members, you would feel the same. But because it's not affecting you, you don't give a shit. On March 15th, the Trump admin deported 261 Venezuelan migrants on 2 flights, according to the White House press secretary, the KKK Caroline. Of the deportees, 137 were deported under the Alien Enemies Act, a wartime authority that allows the president to detain or deport the natives and citizens of an enemy nation, which we aren't at war with Venezuela. So make it make sense. Joe continued, the cause is, let's get the gang members out. And everyone agrees, right? No one wants fucking gang members in the street. That's not fucking happening. But let's not innocent gay hairdressers getting lumped in with the gangs. I mean, that makes sense to me, right? Rogan is referring to Andrew Romero, a 31-year-old Venezuelan makeup artist who was deported to El Salvador after the Trump admin labeled him a gang member due to his tattoos. And this is not the first time this has happened. Multiple people, they're just reporting, if you're Venezuelan and you have tattoos, they're like, gang member. This also happened with a baker. I think that was the one with the autism awareness tattoo for his brother. Like, it's so fucking stupid. And I just feel so bad for these friends and family members. I can't even imagine like my friends or family getting torn away because they have tattoos and just like no other indication that they're gang related besides their tattoos. Hernandez's friends and family have contacted several news outlets to inform the public that he is not, in fact, a gang member. His family explained to the news outlet that many people in their Venezuelan community have these tattoos, which originate from a tradition began in 1917. I'm also so glad that he brings this up. Cracks in Rogan's support of Trump were already emerging in March over a growing rift with Canada, which Rogan has called the dumbest fucking feud. Thank you, fucking Joe Rogan. Fucking thank you. It is, in fact, the dumbest fucking feud. Trump has repeatedly called for Canada to become the 51st state and targeted the country for tariffs. Why are we upset with Canada? This is stupid. They booed us over tariffs, Rogan said. So I appreciate when Rogan, even though he supports this party, see how he supports this party and then also realizes like this seems dumb as fuck. Rogan said that the United States has got to become friends with Canada again because they're our best fucking ally. This is so ridiculous. I can't believe that there's like an anti-American and anti-Canadian sentiment going on. It's the dumbest fucking feud. I just want America and Canada to get along. I think it's ridiculous and I don't really think they should be our 51st state. Fuck. Rogan was talking to Konstantin Kizin or Kaizen, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, and they were kind of talking about how they do support the deportation situation, but they don't support what's happening here, right? He continued to say, I think a human being plucked out of nowhere and ending up in a country he's never been in, they're not deporting him to his country, to a country they've never been to, in a maximum security prison with gang members seems like a bad thing to happen. Yeah. Rogan responded, it's horrific. It's crazy that this could be possible. Yeah, it is fucking crazy. He also went on to say that in politics today, the approach is to never admit fault or you're wrong. And he mentioned the signal thing that had happened. So, yeah, yeah. See how Joe Rogan does that? See how he supports something until something happens that flags red flags. And he's like, oh, actually, I don't support that. See how that works? Weird. Weird.